Good evening. This is James Little from Mass Spec Interpretation Services. I'd like to share with you a video on data processing using Thermo Freestyle software with the NIST MSMS search for compound identifications. In the first video, I gave you, which I thought was the most efficient approach for processing, but I thought I'd show you some other ways in case you didn't like that one. But again, I think the other one is the best way to do it. And again, we'll demonstrate it with the uvanol 3000 molecular weight 214 with data from the Thermo Orbitrap, LCMS, and non-targeted MSMS analyses, both positive and negative, with a photoarray detector channel that you can get a chromatogram, and the UV-Vis analysis. And this is all obtained in one file. You just need to parse it out or look at the different parts of it individually. So, and again, this is non-targeted, which means that the data system decided when to do MSMS and which ion to do the MSMS on. So there'll be a lot of different ions. The other approach would be targeted, where you told it, but this is very efficient when you're surveying things, and I think is the best way to do it. So let's go open the software, the Freestyle software. So we'll go to the Excalibur window, which I'd already opened, and we'll open Freestyle. The first thing that'll come up, we'll pick the file. I've looked at it before, so it already remembers it. We'll do the uvanol 3000 that has a molecular weight of 214, so UV absorber. And what comes up is the total ion chromatogram, which is the positive and the negative, and it's the MS1 and it's the tandem, MS2, all put together in one file. So it's not real useful to do, and you might not know which component's the major one, but we'll just kind of look through the big one, assuming it's right, and you just click on it, left click on it, like there, and I can just use, I'm going to the keyboard on your keyboard itself for the right arrow, and it just steps across it. So you can see the first one showed a 213, and if you look at that, that's the negative ion, it's an M minus H. The next one over is a 215, which is the positive, showing our chemical noise at 250, which is not, it was in the file in my blank, so I wasn't worried about it. And we just keep stepping on the right key. Now it goes to the 250. It picked it up as an individual scan there. Now we've gone to the negative again, 213, and you just keep going back and forth. That was the MSMS of the 213. Now it goes to the 215. There's the 215 MSMS, and you can just keep stepping through it, and you can see that you can see all the data, but it's a little hard to look at that way. So let's add another window, at least add the PDA. So we're going up to the top where it says processing, and we're going to, before we set up a whole group of displays, but here we'll just get one. We want to add one view. So I say insert view. I don't really like it this way because I'd really like to have them overlaid. So what you do is you click and hold on the title bar and take it over here. Now you can see that it's giving you a place to put it. So I'd like to put it below. And so when I let go of it, it'll jump over to there. Now I have two identical windows, but I want to turn the other one into something else. So I'll go up here to the top and I'll get my detector. Let's make the bottom one our detector. And let's make it the diode array. And so now we have our diode array spectrum. So that is the component that we want to look at 10.01, 10.02. So that's our major UV absorber that we're interested in. So now at the bottom, you can click on that and we get the diode array. But what we need to do is let's look at the positive ion first. To do that, you come up to the top and you go to this where it says scan filters, and it's under the workspace options. And I click on it. And all the ones that are required are on the left side here. As I told you before, it keeps everything, the positive and the negative are at the bottom, which is a little counterintuitive to me. They had to scroll all the way to the bottom. Let's bring up the negative first. So it parses out the negative, and you can see it at the bottom. Now, if you click on it, you'll see the negative ion at 213. So that's good. We can go to the positive and still leave it in that same window. And you can see we have our positive ion. And we see the 215. This 250 is chemical noise. I found in my blank, so I'm not interested in that. If you wanted to see a background subtractor to get rid of some of the background, it won't help to the 250 because it covolutes. the 215, but we'll do that just to refresh that in your mind. Doing an average spectrum. If you wanted to do a background subtract to that, you would come up to workplace processing, and you see it's already got our positive, the range for that positive ion in this part arranged there. We go to S1 and make sure the box is highlighted up here. If you know it doesn't work, you can see it's got a -1. It's going to take that range and subtract it out. We're going to do a second range in back of the peak. Again, you have to click in this box before you go down, and now a 2 will appear. And so you have the average spectrum here for that. And you could do the same thing, probably the negative, you really don't need it. You could just left click on it if you want, or you can average it if you'd like. Go up to the top and we'll go back to make sure we got the negative ion. We got the negative ion. So there's the negative ion. You can right click on that, do average the spectrum to get to 13. But then we need to go find, we want to do the MSMS of that in the negative ion mode. We have to go find that channel. So we're looking on the side here. These are positive scans here, negative. So we're getting close here. And we've got the 213. And now we have the MSMS isolated in this channel. So it shows us a chromatogram for that. If you click on it, you'll see you get the MSMS spectrum in the bottom. And you could average that if you want. One caution here, if you could average it here. Let's say you wanted to do elemental composition within Freestyle to determine the molecular formula. Might be a good idea to average because you might get a little bit better statistics on the value by looking at it over a range. However, if you try to take that to the NIST MSMS search, it'll lose the accurate mass here. So you don't want to do the average. If you just want to send it to the MSMS search, just left click on it, maybe a couple of places just to see that it looks pretty much the same all the way through, and it does. So I'll just go to the top, and now I could send that to the NIST MSMS search. And again, let's go back and let's do it for the positive. I didn't really do the positive the whole way, so we brought the positive up. It's there, and we again we'll click on it. We know it's 215, so we got to go find the 215 MSMS, or the MSMS, the tandem spectrum. So right here, you can see the 215 ion, and we want it to come about the same place, 10.03. It's about the same. It's a little offset here for some reason. I don't know why the software does that. But if we click on that, again, you'll see a nice MSMS spectrum for the M plus H that you can send to the NIST search. And again, you could average it if you're doing elemental composition to maybe get better accuracy or precision for the measurement if you were sending it within the Freestyle program. But if you want to send it out to the NIST search, you can only take one click to get one scan and then send that to the MSMS. So these are two alternate ways, one in which you go in and kind of parse out the information into two windows and look at it and then make sure it aligns up with your diode array. And the other way is if you just walk through it, which is, I don't think, very useful. But if you just got one peak, you could just keep stepping through it and see it goes from one ion to another. And then it does the automated targeted MSMS and will show it in the next scan. So I hope you'll find this useful as alternative ways to do it. But as I said before, I really think the first way I showed you, where you have separate windows, the preferred method, the first video I made, is the way you should do it. So I hope other videos will show you how to do the MS search and some other things, maybe about elemental composition. So let's go on to the next video. Good day.